All right, welcome everybody. We are at BCMC 2021, and it has been a great event so far. We're on day 2. We got people piling into the convention center now that it just opened up, and we're going to give you some sneak peek walkthroughs so you can see exactly what is going on in here. And for those of you that can't make it because of COVID or other restrictions, hopefully this brings you a lot of value. Come on, let's go inside and see what we got. All right, we're walking into the registration area. Hopefully we're not going to get tackled trying to sneak through everybody. Excuse us. All right, so there's a lot of people piling in today. And when we walk through here, we're going to kind of guided tour you through what we're seeing. So obviously this is the main entrance. We're going to have Eagle Metals. So if you watch the show, you got Eagle Metals to your left here. And we're just going to keep going straight down. Over there, you got the fellows from Materials Exchange right down here. What's happening, fellas?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. How are you doing? Let's keep walking down. We got Senko over there. I love it. I'm so happy that these trade shows are back and people are here. I mean, there's a lot of people here to buy. That's what we're seeing. And I mean, it's a quality of the people showing up. So yeah, we got Senko Tools is here. We have over on the corner here, we got some State Forest Materials is with us. I don't know if you can see everybody, but we're going to try and get you as much as we can. You got Southern Carlson fastening packages here. We're going to go down this aisle right over here. Look at that. Who is that? We got Hitachi's here with all their equipment. What's happening, Hitachi? Good to see you this morning.
Southern Carlson, but
Southern Carlson, but all the Hitachi stuff, I love it. All right, now if you were with us yesterday, you saw that we were showcasing the Wizard PDS Ready system, the Auto 10, which we got to show. And we're going to head all the way back into the corner here, and this is where we're going to start our first conversation at Panel Plus. Panel Plus has a really unique system. They've done a lot of work with Mytech over the years, and of course they're right across from Mytech, and we're going to work our way all the way through here and talk to people along the way. We got Razor Saul sitting over here at Becca, which is great. I'm going to walk behind you this way, Matt, and as we come up on the Panel Plus, folks, waiting. Doors just open. There's a million people out there, fellas.
great.
There's a million people out there. So, Tim, Casa, thanks for having us today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on here, Panel Plus, and what brings you obviously to BCMC?
BCMC shows the show we go to every year. This year we're featuring our new automated sheathing station, driven by Mytech software. They have a ShopNet product that puts the output file into our machine and runs it. We've been in the past chain drives and jack shafts that run our machine, and we've gotten to the point where the new one we have is driven by servo drive and driven motors that actually are perfectly square and straight across to make a nice square wall lines, and our tools that are driving across are servo driven, so they know their locations. We can do multiple spacing on nails, and wall heights are all automatically adjusted with this machine, so it takes a lot of the guesswork away. Precision, nail spacing is really crucial, especially with the cost of nails going up. You're using what you should, spaced like they should be, and it gives the opportunity for a man to walk away from this machine while it's cycling and do another job. So in this case, a lot of places would stack wall panels while this machine is running, so you can reduce the labor force down. Also takes tools out of hands instead of hand nailing and things like that. So it's been real good. We have a semi-automated version of this machine as well that people run by pushing buttons. That's kind of our startup, we call ourselves semi-automated. And so this one here is the newest model. Should we run it?
Yeah, I want to ask you a couple questions though on the servo motor. What does that exactly mean for somebody that may not understand that?
Well, this bridge is driven with 2 motors. Servo has a 1,000 count encoder on it, so the bottom tool on this side and the top motor on the other side are trying to be within 1 count of each other. So once they go to a homing sequence, they know where they're at and they're perfectly square across the wall.
Okay.
Where chains, they will stretch out, so you get some waving of that older style bridge.
Right.
And we went to a single tool bridge here instead of a 24 multi-tool bridge that would go down and fire. So this tool can travel 18 inches a second with a servo-driven motor with basically infinite spacing that you can run. So this will go
Right.
18 inches a second and shoot up to 6 nails a second.
6 nails a second.
Going across that table.
Perfect,
so,
perfect.
So when this thing runs, you'll see it'll be going 18 inches a second.
Right.
We're moving the other way a little slower now because we're not fastened to the floor, but it'll go 12 inches a second going right and left.
Got it. So what we're showing, because you're not fastened
Yep,
to the floor,
yep.
you got to be a little bit
slower.
careful.
Right.
All right, well, why don't you take this, hold this. I'm going to spread apart this way. They can still hear you. I'm already mic'd up. Why don't you guys show us what you have going on there, and if you want to walk us through what we're seeing,
Okay.
that'd be great.
So we'll start this bridge up, and what you see on the screen, or you probably can't see it too well, but that's the wall layout we have right here. So that signal is sent from ShopNet, the MyTech product, into here. So that's the wall layout. Once this starts up, this guy can walk away from the station. So right now that tool will take off. The green lights that are flashing are representing the nails being fired. So
Okay.
right now that's going across. Now the table will move to the right.
Right, right. And so everybody knows it would be so loud at the show if they let everybody fire their
Right.
nails.
Yeah,
So
no firing nail
no
tools
firing
here.
nails. But the green light does represent nail flash.
Right, so
fire.
when you see it going slower, it's 6 inches per on the spacing, and then when you get to a seam, it'll go to 3-inch spacing.
Yeah, okay.
Take off and go. So this wall will run itself off. Ultimately, it'll do every nail line. We're running just the long runs for our show, but this will do around the windows
Right.
and all the cripples and things in the windows. And on the return back, it'll actually go in and do the top and bottom
Right.
plate stitchers. So the tools are on the back of the bridge over here. They actually move independently on servo-driven motors as well. You can get a look at these, but it's on
All
the
right.
back side.
Okay,
of the
see it here. Right.
back side of the bridge, there's two tools. They can actually move in and out to different spacings to do the horizontal.
And these are the nails here, so everybody, if you can't see that clear in the picture.
2,500 count big coil nails that we
Yep.
put on there. They're coil nailers that we've rigged up. We do all the work to put a funnel on so they draw into the machine.
Right.
So as this moves down the line, they'll move in and out to do horizontals and blocking and things like that.
Sure.
Our semi-automated version, these wouldn't be driven, but the other main tool is going at the same speeds on
Right,
that.
right. So with this machine, you're cutting down on man hours, which is man labor, right? You
Right.
can do more with less, and that's big in the industry right now with the lack of skilled labor. And then also the accuracy. I think a lot of people don't take into account. I mean, every nail is accounted for when you're doing a panel system within a controlled environment. Metal's expensive. That adds up. And when you take all these savings, and this is not even running at full speed because they can't put it into the floor unless they want to fix the floors, I guess is what the...
No hole drilling floors.
So, well, I really appreciate it, Tim. Thanks for having us stop by.
thanks for stopping by.
Is there anything before we move on that you would like people to know that we haven't talked about?
Well, we do framing stations, we do scoring stations with router bridges, 3 table lines. We have startup lines for a lot of people now in the industry are starting up with new equipment that it can expand out and make bigger lines. And if they care to check our website out, we're at www.panplus.com.
Panplus.com. There you go. Just somebody else doing it better, and that's what we're all about at DaveCooper.live. All right, we're going to move on. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate you taking the time, and to the staff, thank you very much. And I shouldn't say staff, I should say team, because you guys are the brains of the operation. Got it. All right, let's walk down here. We're going to make our way to Simpson Strong-Tie and see what Simpson Strong-Tie has going on in their booth. There's some special announcements that they just recently had, which is amazing. But as you can see, off to our right and left, we still got some more flatbed roll trucks that are being showcased here. And on this side here, we got Texas Tough, we got Boss going on. Say hi to the Boss guys over there. We got Pro Cut happening over here. You guys having a good show so far?
Yes, sir. Did a great show.
Awesome, awesome, great. And then it looks like we got Simpson over here. We're going to walk in the front door and talk to the Simpson folks and see what they have going on. All right. Oh, everybody's scrambling. We're coming with the camera. Get out of here. Good, man. Andy.
Nice to meet you, Dave.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. All right, Andy. So what do you do here at Simpson?
Simpson Strong-Tie, we produce metal connectors and we provide connectors to the component industry, and we're building technology to make sure we're filling the needs of the component manufacturers as well as their customers and filling the technology solutions for them.
Sure. Walk us through some of the technology that you're currently using. So we all, Simpson's been around forever. We know Simpson, we're all using Simpson. It's throughout every build across the United States. What is the technology side that you're using now with your tie downs?
So we have web apps that people use to select their hold downs, their joist hangers, coil strap calculators, adhesive calculators, in addition to technology for estimating for builders, LBMs, end users, all that outside of our component manufacturing and truss design.
Sure. At the BCMC show, what are you seeing that kind of has you excited? What do you see, like with people coming in, what you're seeing on the showroom floor?
You're seeing the transition for the industry start to inquire about how can technology help with efficiency, but also help efficiency on the job site. Off-site construction is a growing trend. So the use of BIM and speeding up that design process, it's a growing trend. We're excited for it, and it seems like the industry is welcoming that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are doing a lot. I mean, you guys have testing facilities for off-site, modular, and others that are out there, right? So, I mean, there's so much happening. How do you pivot from the traditional way of doing it to off-site? Does it make a difference for you?
It makes a huge difference for us because now we're not just focusing in on one user. We're having collaboration working with different trades, different design professionals, and that's what's going to make this transition for this industry to off-site efficient, quicker, and better.
Right. Tell us what's happening with Simpson in the future. What can we expect from you? Is there anything you're showcasing here at the show that's that has people excited?
Absolutely. So when we talk about all this with off-site construction and the connection of the design professionals, we're showcasing all of our technology and how it's going to help bridge that gap and speed up communication, share design, and ultimately deliver that package to the job site quicker.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if you can see around, but I mean, you guys have demos over here, right? And you're showing a lot of the work that you guys are putting into this. So again, Simpson, I mean, you guys are at all the events. What's your feel for this year's event? What are you seeing? Are you seeing a lot of buyers, tire kickers? What are you feeling?
Everybody is pushing forward to next year.
Yeah.
The optimism is high, and they feel like this is going to keep going. The industry is hungry to be better. Equipment is growing. Technology is growing.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, and we're excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, well, we're excited to have you a part of it. You guys do an amazing job, and I know I've used your product for years and years and years, and I appreciate everything you do.
Awesome. We appreciate it.
All right, Andy, so we're going to head over to Hundegger, where there's some news happening between Simpson and Hundegger.
It's very exciting, right? So we have a partnership with Hundegger.
Yeah.
So in addition to cutting, and again, it's not just about the component industry, CLT is a big push for this industry.
Yep.
So our partnership is going to help with sharing development, educating the industry. It's going to be exciting with everything Hundegger and Simpson Strong-Tie are doing.
Right. Absolutely. I'm actually going to stop back this afternoon. I really would like to capture some of the technology you're using, and maybe we can do some short videos and add that to the feed and send it out to everybody.
Let's do it.
We can do that? All right, perfect. All right, let's head across the way. Thank you so much, Andy. I
Thank
appreciate you, and I appreciate Team Simpson for everything you guys do for the industry.
That's awesome. We
I love
appreciate it.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to it.
We are as well. All right, let's go. We're going to head across the way here. As you can see, you got offsite construction over here to the right. We have West Reading over to the right of that. But we're coming over here to see Hundegger and Steve Schrader. So we're going to stop right here. Why don't you come over this way, Matt, and then we'll get in the background. What's happening, Steve?
Doing?
Good to see you.
I'm Walter.
Hey, Walter, nice to meet you. Let me
Walter
get in the middle of you both here. Let me stay in the middle.
Sounds good.
So, all right, Steve, you've been on the show. We've done some tours together.
Correct.
Hundegger's been a part of this industry for a long time. You've been a part of this industry a long time. I don't know what's older, Hundegger or Steve Schrader, but
Probably Steve Schrader.
probably Steve Schrader. So why don't you guys tell us what you have going on here? But first, I've never met you. You're the CEO of North America or Germany?
No, Germany.
Of Germany. Thank you for coming.
Of the Hundegger AG.
You are.
That is the headquarter in Germany.
Absolutely. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your background? How long have you been with Hundegger?
Right now, 11 years. Just yesterday, I joined Hundegger 11 years before, and I'm in the industry for nearly 40 years. I used to work for Weyerhaueser,
Okay.
and last position at Weyerhaueser was CEO of Weyerhaueser.
Good. And where do you see the industry heading?
Yeah, automation is the main topic at the moment. Data transfer and automation. What you can see here is the future of component manufacturing.
Yeah, it really is. And we're going to take a look at this, and Steve's going to walk us through we don't, because of travel restrictions, we don't have the same amount of people from Europe and other parts of the world that we usually do. Are you seeing a lot of automation in Europe and Germany and throughout the rest of the country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It's in Europe. It's even a little bit far advanced because labor is more expensive, and we have a real lack of labor. So it's an absolutely must, and quality is another topic. So automation and quality goes hand in hand.
It does.
I've always kind of felt that Europe, with my experience over there, is probably 15 years ahead of the U.S., both in the labor shortages, but also in the advancement in technology. Mm-hmm. And so what Europe's going through, we're about 10, 15 years behind them. We're starting to see more and more labor issues, but also more interest in automation and off-site construction.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot, about Europe, and they've really embraced off-site construction more so than we have here in the United States. And some countries are like 60% or more in off-site construction. Is that accurate?
Yeah, maybe even more. In Europe, it's a little bit even more.
Yeah.
Let me say we have these prefab houses, companies for 20, 25 years right now, and collected quite a good experience with that.
Sure. So let's talk about what are you guys showcasing here that's so exciting? One, and two, after that, I think let's wrap up and talk about your agreement with Simpson, your partnership. I'd love to hear more about that as well, right?
Sure.
So, Steve, you want to walk us through what we're seeing here?
So what we're showing, excuse me, in with Hundegger now is our Truss Link model. So we have a Truss Link division that is kind of the link between design and the tables, the actual build stations. So we're handling everything from picking the lumber, feeding the saw, and then distributing that and buffering those truss parts, component parts, into these, what these are showing right now is these sky carts, our sky cart system, putting them in bins, and then those are actually rebatched, and sent out in the right sequence to the build stations, and you'll see that here in a minute. But we're really working on the total one-man show, from feeding the saw, cutting the components accurately, and then sorting them, putting them, delivering them to the build station, all one guy. We're seeing numbers up in the $17,000 board feet per shift. One saw, one guy.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing, and it's so organized, it's safe, and it's repetitive and accurate.
Very safe.
Sure.
Very safe.
All right.
And then we've got a new system. This is actually the tactical that Walter and the people in Europe just came up with. It's a little bit more robust, a more tactical, obviously, and it has the capability of being flexible for even a smaller truss shop, a more, kind of getting into off-site construction and that.
Sure.
Walter, did you want to say anything about?
Basically, what we want to do is, first of all, we want to use lumber as good as possible. So we optimize, and we mix, we batch trusses, and we optimize, because then you have more opportunities getting more yield out of the lumber. And then we try to reduce labor as good as possible. So we right now show a fully automated component manufacturer system. Right. And the third step, we minimize capital equipment cost for investment as good as we can. Therefore, we stack boards, and we cut up to 4 boards with one cut, so you do not need 4 saws, you only need maybe 1 or 2.
So not one board's going in, you're doing 4 for the efficiency.
What you can see here.
Right, there it is.
So, and you do not need 4 saws. It is okay with 1 or with 2.
And then we solve the separation and sorting and delivery of those parts.
Right. That's such an important point that you made about the capital investment, and for people that really want to go to the next level, how can they do it with the least amount of money in to get the most productivity? And what you're saying is we're trying to design our equipment to do more work with less equipment, to be more efficient and more cost effective for the customer.
And less labor.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we minimize labor up to nearly 0 here.
Yeah.
So it's only a supervisor, and it should work fully automated.
Right.
And what we do, it's a modular system. If you have the pictures, you find a picture in your mind, you can start at the very beginning, and you can, if the model is okay, you can replace labor by automation. But the model is always the same. You optimize, you batch, and then you sort again. So you have all the benefits from one system.
So what Matthew's showing here now is kind of a little bit labor intensive, because we're showing men moving carts around. But right here in this scene right here, you're going to see a new technological advancement that we're bringing to the truss industry, that you'll see these robot carts, we call them the component butlers, that replace the men and can go in and pick up the carts and deliver the carts just as they're needed, just in time.
All right, come on. So you got robots moving them around. Do you guys hop on those and ride them because the factories are too big just to get to the other side?
Only if you're a lazy worker.
All right. So here I am. I'm at BCMC, and I'm looking to upgrade my manufacturing facility or start a manufacturing facility. We're seeing a lot of that. What I'm seeing here is a lot of the virtual reality, virtual world happening and showcasing. Do you work with startup new companies or existing companies to go in and say, yeah, we'll lay it out, and not only will we lay it out, we're gonna show you exactly how it's gonna operate and what your efficiency is gonna be?
Yeah, we'll go through the numbers. We can go through everything with them. We like the newer companies because they're not so close-minded as to the older ways. They're more open to the new ways. And,
sure.
And so it's an exciting opportunity for a new or smaller truss manufacturer that wants to, or component manufacturer that wants to compete in this world today.
Well, and that's it. And with the growth of what we're seeing here in the offsite, and according to the trends and everything else, listen to the speakers. I mean, 2022 is going to be a big growth year, and it's feeling like that the way people are here buying equipment right now. And I mean, they came with money to buy, which is really exciting about this. With the capital investment of a system like that, I'm sure you guys have places that are using it, and you can quantify what their return is based on the volume they're putting out. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Down to the number.
Down to the number. Yeah. So I love it.
Well, we just really appreciate Walter and the effort that they've committed to the U.S. market and our market.
Right.
And that's why I think we're very excited about what we're doing with Simpson.
Yeah.
And integrating software and equipment from the best, most trusted equipment providers to the best, most trusted software providers, and being able to actually customize and do something that the customer wants.
Sure.
Not just saying, hey, use this system and everything will work. It's like, what do you need? How can we make this better for you? At incremental levels and modular levels, like Walter was talking about.
Sure. Walter, the collaboration and the partnerships with, Simpson's a big company too. They've been around a long time. How important is the collaboration and partnerships to really drive our industry forward?
I think you can't do, as a company, we do have 500 employees, turnover maybe $150 million worldwide. We as a company can't do anything on our own. We need partners, we need strong partners, but we need partners with the same business philosophy.
Yeah.
So, and with Simpson Strong-Tie, we found partners where the customer is exactly like we would like to have that. The customer is the middle of everything.
Yeah.
So they take care of their customer, we take care of their customers. We are not a sales company. We are more or less a software, a service company. And they have the same approach. So it is, for us, it's a perfect fit.
Sure.
They do have some more sales capacity than we have. They know nearly every of our customer, and they know 90% of customers which we do not know. So if we work together, it's a win for them, for us, and for our customers.
For sure.
We have a lot of expertise before we got into the truss component world in North America in mass timber, CLT, SIPs. Yeah. We're into engineered wood product. We do a lot of stuff with I-joists and different segments. Simpson touches every one of those markets with their hangers and their connectors. And so it's like almost the perfect missing link to make the connection with them, because globally they touch all of those industries as well.
Right.
And we see a great opportunity moving forward.
Basically, it's at the end of the day, it's all about software.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Did you hear that? All about software. You're absolutely right.
It is. And they have a strong approach, a stronger software approach. We met the people yesterday, and I was really impressed, and it confirmed me in our decision to partner up with them. It's absolutely it's still honeymoon, but I'm 100% sure it was the right decision.
Right. Well, I appreciate both of you guys taking the time to talk. Walter, it's a pleasure meeting you and having you here with us.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah,
always good to see you, buddy.
It's always good to see you. We're going to move on. I see a European world tour coming up to where we live stream Hundegger equipment to show everybody here in the United States. We got to bring Jennifer's behind the scenes. So, hey, thanks for all your support, Steve, throughout the last couple of years, and Hundegger. Thank you for your support.
If you're somewhere around in Europe, just pay us a visit. We do have a new demo center where we can see everything.
Yeah.
Even the trussling system you can see there. So if you are there, you're always welcome.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. All right, thanks. We got to go. Thank you very much. All right, we're going to walk over here. We got some more people to visit. You guys were great. Thanks so much. All right, as you can see, we got Clark Industries over here. We're going to walk by them. We have, I mean, this is by far the machine you're seeing there, one of the cooler machines. And I don't know, if we stop right here for just 1 second. Over here, this Truss Brace Solutions. We're going to have them on the show next Wednesday. And you want to talk about doing it better. This is somebody that sat down, thought of a solution, and is doing it better and being very efficient about it. So wave to us. Hey, how you doing? Good. We'll see you Wednesday, right? I love it. We'll make it work. Perfect, perfect. Okay, let's go down here. We got ASI here. These guys are out of Canada. I think they have one of the prettiest looking machines here. How you guys doing at ASI today? Good? Good, good. You guys having a great show? Absolutely. Awesome, awesome. So we're going to stop right here at the front. We got Tomas here. Hey, Tomas, how are you? How you doing? Good. How about yourself? Good to see you. Again. Good to see you. All right, Tomas. Now, I was fortunate enough to have dinner with you the other night as well. Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what your product is?
Absolutely. So we are SbRA, provider of automated foam spraying systems for both panelizers and modular manufacturers. In here, we can see an example of such a cell for panelizers. So we have a fully enclosed cell with an exhaust where we have a robot that sprays actually foam for you. So your panel comes in, we take a picture before spraying, we take a picture after spraying, the panel is sprayed, it gets out, and you basically shift it to the side, and then the building is being assembled.
Yeah, so now what a lot of people don't understand about what you have come up here with spray iron, here's an example of the material, is that in a manufacturing environment, when you're using spray foam for your insulation, typically it has to be completely pulled out of line, closed off for safety reasons and others. So your solution has actually switched that idea around.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have everything enclosed in a cell. It's perfectly safe. There's no human intervention. The robot does basically job for you.
Yeah, and so this is, I really have to, push this a little bit because I've been building a long time. And for a long time in panelization and modular, I wanted spray foam in the house, right? It's a great product, especially in the Northeast and other areas where we were building. And it was just either too expensive to do because they had to pull it off the line, or we just couldn't get it done. And I think this is a game changer for the industry in so many ways because, one, this allows the consumer to have what they want on the line without disrupting the line. And that's kind of what's going on here. We're not slowing down the line, right?
Absolutely. So as you see in here, there's a conveying system that basically can take your panel from your previous station to our cell. If your setup is horizontal, we can deal with that as well. It just would look a bit different.
Yeah, I think this is great. And, SbRA, you just came to market with this, right? And we're just coming out, but you guys have really done some amazing work already with all the testing and how this system's going to run. So what's the future look like?
I mean, we want to expand to the modular market. As I said, this development that we did in Detroit is for panelizers, and you can see the quality is quite nice. The whole panel is nice and uniform. It's the same thickness throughout the panel. You can add your electrical boxes, you can pre-drill the studs if you wish. It's all in one, so if you want to capture more value per panel, that's your solution.
Yeah, and I agree. So in the modular space, that's my world, to me it's a no-brainer. People want it, it's a great product. They have to find a way to deliver it efficiently without messing up their lines. And Thomas, the fact that you guys have come up with this system to do it, I think it's amazing. And I think it's well-deserved that people know who you are.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dave.
Sir,
thank you
appreciate it. Let's do some fist bumps moving on here. All right. Oh, no, not these guys. What's going on, fellas? All right, so forward.
What's up,
Mike Reedy, how are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Derek Wagner, finally we meet, gentlemen. All right. What are we talking about here today? I mean, Forward does so many awesome things. You got so many great products. Where do you guys want to go?
Let's start left to right. We're introducing the hemp alternative building materials all made out of hemp. So we have hemp OSB, And there's a video that we've been posting around that shows a sledgehammer being dropped on this compared to a conventional piece of OSB. And the hammer goes straight through the regular OSB and bounces right off of this. That is 3 times stronger than regular conventional OSB.
Now, hemp.
The hemp.
As in like the hemp everybody thinks of hemp.
Industrial hemp. This is industrial hemp. It's all different seeds. It's only for industrial in production, right? And then we got these. It's all hemp flooring. So with the natural R factor of hemp, the water barriers, it's all natural. It's already, so you don't have to add the extra chemicals for all that. So your net neutrality or your carbon neutrality goes through the roof between the R factor and everything else.
Well, all right.
Okay,
hold on a second, Mike. You're going too fast for me here.
Let's dive in.
So you could just shellac that, and it could be a finished floor, and that'd be beautiful. It's almost like a tiger wood.
Yes.
It almost looks like
almost
a tiger
wood, yeah.
Yeah, and let's go back to the OSB product real quick too, because I think this is a great product.
I've been so excited about bringing this to the show, just to show people the fact that you can use the most resourceful plant on the planet to build building materials that you don't have to use for forestry and delogging, and you can make this grow it year-round all around the country, have a sustainable supply, sustainable and predictable pricing, no more of that volatility, the spikes.
Right. Well, that's exactly right, with lumber through the roof.
Through the roof.
Lumber through the roof. And I mean, it's a hard product. I thought about it, but I didn't.
I'm not going to try and break it.
Yeah. All right, so this is an alternative, and every time we have a down market or something, prices go through the roof. New ideas emerge, and that's what we need in this industry. Is we need new ideas. I mean, to me, this is no different than other wood.
Absolutely,
it's beautiful though. You could finish this as like a plywood floor too.
Oh, absolutely. So we've been working with the Global Hemp Association on trying to bring these ingenious products into our market and just bring people around. So I need to introduce you to the CEO of the Global Hemp Association, Mandy Kerr, who's been doing phenomenal work. Her and I have been working together.
Mandy, how are you?
And
good.
I got to let you take over because she's a lot more.
Mandy texted me. She goes, "I'm in a meeting. I'm on my way. I'm on my way."
Yeah, she got called into a conference. But
listen, one of the things that's happening at this conference, I want everybody to understand, is there's a lot of business going on. People are here to buy because the industry is growing. So when Dave Cooper comes by and there's business happening, well, business needs to happen, and I understand that. But I'm glad you made it. How you doing, Mandy?
I did. Very good. Very good. It's been exciting. Lots of interest and a lot of exciting. I'm walking around with that board and explaining what it's made of.
I just hit Mike over the head with it.
Tons. Well, I missed that part. That was the best part. Dang it.
Yeah.
Well, good. Yeah.
So Mandy's you've been on the show a few times, and we've been introducing some new hemp products to the market. This is the first time I'm actually getting my hands on any of it.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do real quick, and then we'll get into some of the other products here.
Awesome. So I'm Mandy with the Global Hemp Association. We're a global trade association, and we focus on connecting the supply chain and bridging the gap to bring industrial hemp building materials into the main market as an alternative building material. So it's pretty exciting.
And it is super exciting. So why don't we step back here?
Yeah.
So we talked about this a little bit. We're just getting into some of the flooring that you have here.
Yeah.
So walk us through your thoughts on that, other than it's beautiful.
Hemp flooring. It lasts longer. It's got a high wear. You can hit it with a hammer, walk on it with high heels, so great with high traction areas. It is still a little bit more expensive just because our supply chain is building, but it's exciting because especially being here, we're seeing that gap really close. It's pretty awesome.
Sure, and if you're out there and you think you have facilities that can help us produce, let us know. I mean, we need more products like this in the market.
Yeah, absolutely. And then this one's really cool too, hemp plastic. This is 100% hemp plastic and hemp resin beads, and so it can be molded. Yeah, absolutely. Just open up little beads.
I don't know if you can show into that or no.
Yeah. They look almost like little seeds, but it's just the polymer seed or the polymer bead. Yeah.
So, and put the lid on it so I don't spill it. So even the case is built out of the...
Yeah, 100%.
All right, let's see. Is this going to bother everybody? I mean, it's solid. I mean, it really is. Yeah. So could you make like electrical boxes and things out of that?
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, is how much I would love to... Yeah, especially bringing it into this space.
And I mean, and hemp doesn't burn like regular wood, right?
Lasts longer. Mm-hmm.
See that, everybody? Don't be fooled. Hemp does not burn like the other stuff you're thinking about out there.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right, what else we got? Yeah. So we have
So same
different
thing.
flooring, and then what are we looking at here, real quick?
These are the same. This is the hemp wood. It just shows the different cuts of the
Okay.
hemp wood as it's pressed, and it just takes the long stalk and is pressed together, glued, dried, and then cut. And this is used for. This is actually the product that is used on the flooring right here. Yep. And the company of this is the Hemp Wood Company. This is Hemp Plastic Company, and then Planted is who's doing the OSB, PLANTD. Yep.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing stuff.
Well, thanks.
And
It's
it's fun
exciting.
having you on the show. Every time I turn around, it's like, I got a new product. I said, okay, let's showcase it. It is exciting. All right, Mandy, thanks so much. Fist bump.
Absolutely.
We're going to move over here to another forward product solution. This is, who are we speaking with? The one and only Owen?
Hey, how you doing, Dave?
Good, good. Come out here, Owen. I need you out here next to me. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So, Owen, why don't you tell us, what are we going to talk about here today?
3D modeling is a big focus for us right now. It's kind of been helping us in our backdrop for the consulting that we do, and we use it as a major tool.
Yep.
So,
All right. So just to be 3D modeling is a big deal. The virtual reality, being able to visualize and walk through your space. Even though I was just at a Hundegger and they were showing that.
Yep.
You know, there's so many manufacturing plants coming online and being built.
That's it.
And I know that Forward spends a lot of time not only helping them pull those manufacturing facilities together, but you're now optimizing it with 3D modeling.
that's right. That's right.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Here, hold this.
You got it.
So why don't you walk us through? I don't know. Can you see this here? Is this one of your 3D models?
This is a plant we did, and this is a ground up. So we look at existing facilities, new facilities. We lay it out with equipment that's already in place, or if it's new equipment or equipment that the manufacturer wants to put in, we'll lay it out, move it around, get the total flow of everything they're trying to do, and we can get right down into this. Darren, and this is Darren Hammer. Darren does the design.
Perfect.
work on the
So,
side.
so Darren, you're going to move some stuff around for us there? There you go. All right. So now we're virtually in the space.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my own home, drinking my coffee, looking at my new manufacturing layout, right?
That's it. So that's a Hundegger saw that we're looking
Okay.
at there.
There you go. So, and to do these layouts, do you guys have to go to the facility and map it out, and then you come back and you can put all this into the system, or how does it work?
Yeah, we do, Dave. So we use a 3D camera, and we'll go in and get pictures all throughout the plant and facility.
Okay. Yep.
And then we take that back.
Right, right.
And with those 3D representations, Darren will get reference points and create this model in SketchUp.
Yep. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Forward does a lot of things, you know, and Forward's been a great sponsor of Dave Cooper Live, so we really appreciate, you know, that you guys sponsor our Wednesday show. And every time I turn around, you're doing something more innovative. You have something new, you know, with the hemp and other things. You got Moducore, which is another acquisition you guys did this year.
Yep.
Am I missing something? What aren't you doing that's helping?
We're always looking for new things. We're lean consultants, so continuous improvement is something we always strive to do.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
also solution providers.
Okay.
So whether it's labor, design, efficiencies in the plant, we're always looking to what are the solutions that's going to make our lives and industry better.
Yeah. And what do you see, Owen, as a leader in this company, as the future moving forward? How important is the technology to people that maybe haven't even adopted it yet?
It's vitally important. We need to do this kind of stuff, pre-plan, theoretically build our projects before we actually get onto the shop floor and build them. So we need to design for manufacturing and assembly. We need to really get into what is going to take some steps out of this process.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the labor, so we need to build more efficiently. We don't have the material, so we need to use less or do more with less. So those are the kind of things that I think are really going to kind of help move us forward.
Perfect. There is a solution here, Moducore. Somebody here that can talk to Moducore.
Absolutely.
Derek, I want to talk about this with you because solutions in the modular space, even in the panelized space, are much needed to get the efficiency, get the productivity out. Talk to us a little bit about what Moducore is.
Yeah, so Moducore is an easy-to-use ERP system that was developed by manufacturers for manufacturers. So you're going to get that ease of use for tracking, your client relations, your project management, your budgeting, your financing, your time tracking, communications about projects within the internal, organization as well as external communications. You can do that all on one platform, and that platform is web-based. So you can use it on any platform, whether that's a phone, an iPad, a computer, you have access to it.
So talk me through, what is Moducore? If I'm a manufacturer, why do I want to use Moducore?
Yeah, so Moducore, essentially from when you get a prospect until you hand that prospect the keys to their facility, it's going to track the progress of that project all the way from start to finish. So you're going to be able to basically communicate with your team, have that all organized. It's a self-organizing system as you use it. And yeah, it's everything you're going to be needing. So.
Right. If you're hearing that in the background, there's not a lot of shoot the nails because it's too loud, but you can probably hear the air going through like a submachine airsoft gun, right? You play airsoft?
Oh yeah. I was going to say, I mean, this is a manufacturing conference and we've got the machines here, so.
Yeah, we really do. Well, listen, Derek, thank you so much for taking a few moments to talk to us about Moducore. We're going to come across the aisle here and talk to Woodtech Systems, who's been around for some time, so appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you guys do. All right, let's come over here. Oh, yes. Jay Holtman, how are you, sir? Fist bump.
What's up?
All right, so we're just walking down the aisle. I see Jay here with your Woodtech system. Yeah, see him? This is Jay.
Hello.
And sometimes he has some really good jokes. One was yesterday, which I really appreciate. You'll have to share that, but not online.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Not online.
Gotcha. It's a family show, huh?
Why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are, how long you've been in business, and what Woodtech Systems is all about?
Sure. So we're independent manufacturers reps. We sell new machinery for various manufacturers, and we also broker used machinery. So through the years, and the brokering of used machinery was an offshoot of selling new equipment. We're fourth generation in home building, so it's in our blood. We got a little termite blood in us, I guess.
Well, that's it. And you have a lot of family that is part of the company as well. Woodtech, I didn't know you brokered, but we'll talk about two different things here.
Okay.
Let's talk about the truss and the panelization side of what you guys are doing. How big are you? Where are you located? Let's get into that, and then I want to get into how important new automation is for you.
Sure. So we are our base is in Central Indiana, in Muncie, Indiana, actually, and then we have sales representative Jim Mavrakis in Texas. Mike Reedy, who is over here, is a joint venture with Forward, and Mike's in Florida. And then Julie Grundon and Joe Halteman, and the son and daughter are also based out of Fishers and so on. But we hit the nation. We do a lot of business in Canada. We've done a lot of business through all the provinces,
right.
And pretty good footprint of business and book of business through the years in Australia, New Zealand,
no kidding.
South Africa, Botswana.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work all over. So 35 years. I tell people it's like working and living in Mayberry. It's a small community when you get right down to it.
So being in business so long, I mean, you've been here, you've been through a lot of changes, you've seen a lot of markets up and down.
Mm-hmm.
As we're moving forward, technology-wise, how important it is to Woodtech and moving the industry forward and your business?
Sure. So, like everything else, there is no more low tech.
Right.
We broker some older saws, and they have a place in the industry. But the whole notion is ultimately to get our industry to the point where it's assembly work in the facilities. The engineering, the field work, all that is developed in a professional manner, in an engineered manner, but ultimately for it to be an assembly, so that an assembly can be consistent and so on, and that takes automation. So
right.
Automation in saws, which really first came to the industry and certainly to our business with the Koskovich company way back in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And then going forward with robotics coming into play, where robotics have finally worked their way down economically to our industry and our scale of industry. So
Yeah.
it's a real dynamic time. Housing's strong, labor's not strong, but on the other hand, there's people that want to work and want to work with technology. So it's a real dynamic time. It's a great time.
Well, and technology is going to help bring in some of that younger workforce that wants to work
Absolutely.
with technology. How about the brokering side? So you're brokering equipment?
Yes. So we don't buy or sell equipment. We broker on behalf of a buyer and a seller. Through the years, we've gotten to become really knowledgeable of everybody's equipment, what its capacities are, what they do, and we take a lot of care and a lot of caution, both on behalf of the seller and the buyer, to make sure that everything's in the light of day and that people understand the limitations of a piece of equipment, the application of a piece of equipment, and don't just get stars in their eyes that, oh my gosh, I found this, I'm in the component business. Well, not just yet. So it's it's a great responsibility. It's a great opportunity, and we take them both very seriously. We've never failed on any transaction in 31 years. Ever.
So speaking of transactions, I've been hearing over and over in every booth that people are here to purchase and to move forward and to better their systems. It's a different trade show than I've seen ever in the past. And I think people have been kind of cooped up. They're finally out. They're excited to do something. The business is hot. What are you seeing here at the show?
Well, the same thing. You know, typically we say that the BCMC show and this industry in general is very relationship based. It's people building relationships, long term and short. You know, new people in. But the whole thing is based on relationships, and that's typically the show is a great opportunity to connect, reconnect, and we say typically it's not a show you walk out, you walk out with a stack of orders.
Right.
You walk out with opportunities and people to follow up. In this instance, this has been a pretty good show, and people are buying. And one of the challenges, of course, in supply lines everywhere is supply line of electronic parts for equipment. So there's a bit of sense of urgency, not only in that regards, but the market's just so strong. They're trying to build with less labor.
Right. You know, and BCMC and the SBCA is really taking a big step forward with everything that's going on here. I mean, the technology, the robotics, the level of people, the level of machinery that's here. I mean, coming out of a pandemic, I mean, this is amazing.
It is amazing. And the industry itself, again, it's relationship based, but the people that run this industry, they're component manufacturers. They run businesses. They do what we all do. They buy what we sell, what we offer.
Right.
It's a really dynamic, wonderful industry.
Yeah,
we were off-site before off-site was cool. So,
isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
You know, in my 20 years of modular, I remember I always had to sell why it's better, why offsite's better. And now it's finally here.
We're cool.
And we are cool.
Yeah. We're just cool now.
I love
the world
it.
found us.
I love it. All right, Jay, thank you so much. Oh, wait a minute. Jennifer's flashing some stuff in the background here. How would you sum up BCMC? And that's a great question. How would you sum it up for you guys? Because this is day 2.
This is 31 years in a row. Well, I missed 1 year last year with everybody else, but it continues to advance. It continues to be where new ideas and new concepts come in, often on the smaller booths and the smaller displays and the filters in. But it is the one place. It's a working show. It's truly a trade show. It's not for the general public. It doesn't have hours or prices for the general public. It's a working show, and it works for everybody. So.
Sure. How do people get a hold of you if they want to do business?
Well, Woodtech Systems, woodtechsystems.com. Start at our website and go from there. We advertise, of course, in the SBCA magazine and different locations. So, but best way is woodtrustsystems.com.
Woodpresssystems.com. There you have it.
Or woodtechsystems.com. Either one, actually.
Either one works.
Either one.
Woodpress or Woodtech.
Woodtrust or Woodtech.
Woodtrust.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, I'm glad you clarified that. I went with Woodpress, but what the heck? All right, we'll find you anyhow. You guys are everywhere.
Good.
Jay, thank you so much. I appreciate you letting us stop.
You guys
and
are tremendous. Thank you.
No, we appreciate it. We appreciate everything.
If you're not watching Dave Cooper live, you got a problem. So,
and if you're not following Jay, you got a problem.
There you go.
Right?
We're the solution guys.
We are the solution guys, and we're here to drive the industry forward. We have to continue to be better. We have to be better. It's the only way we're going to get the youth back in our industry. It's the only way we're going to meet housing affordability, meet the housing crisis out there. And on top of that, it's just a great industry with a lot of great people.
Yep. Anybody can tear stuff down. We build stuff.
That's right.
That's cool.
Right. It is super cool. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap up right now here at BCMC 2021 for today. Join us in an hour because we are doing a live roundtable. That's right. We'll be live again in an hour. We're going to do a live roundtable, and we're going to have a conversation, thought leadership on where this industry is headed next. And you might be surprised who's on that show. We'll see you next time.
Terrific. See you.